After you saw Avengers Endgame, there was a pause of relief with capping off some of the best comic book storytelling ever. It was an incredible journey throughout Stan Lee's creation, but then Spider-Man No Way Home came out to continue the creative cinematic path for Marvel. Each year, we see the track begin to assemble for new adventures on the wrestling front after WrestleMania. At times, the Raw after Mania is looked forward to more than the actual WrestleMania. We look forward to Rebirth. And what is the pay-per-view tie-in? Backlash. I'm going to dive into the 5 best backlashes in wrestling history. Let's go. Number 5, 2017. Now, this is at a time where brand splits had an aura of relevance with booking. You didn't have the mishmash crossovers where you didn't know who could go where, when, or even how they got there. The rebranding idea could be a good idea as far as supremacy goes, since it helped establish Becky Lynch to be the wrestler she is today, and it could also give us shocking moments for the WWE, one of which happened on this particular night. See, Shinsuke vs. Ziggler, KO vs. AJ, and Zayn vs. Corbin were quality contests in their own rights. However, this event made the list for one simple fact. The Jinder Mahal title reign began on that very night. A relative jobber made his return months prior to getting this title opportunity against Randy Orton, much to the chagrin of the fans, were the interferences with the Bollywood boys that helped stifle Orton and earned Mahal the W and the title. The walking poster boy for the upcoming Greatest Royal Rumble that would be coming around the corner in the mere months would have Jinder Mahal at the forefront. Jinder is debatable as a champion, but it was a memorable time for sure. Number 4, 2004. Following the best triple threat main event in the history of WrestleMania, fight me on it, Dan O'Brien, we have a follow-up with the Benoit making the other participant in that match submit. HBK fell victim to the crossface to take care of both members of WrestleMania 20's main event. A pretty strong undercard had Edge defeat Kane and Chris Jericho get revenge on his fake lover Trish Stratus and faker friend Christian, revisiting their majorly overlooked match from Mania 20 as well. The main reason why this backlash should be remembered is for the imagery of Randy Orton vs. Mick Foley in a hardcore match for the Intercontinental title. What a fantastic brawl that added a layer of respect for the legend killer. Looking back, this is the match that really brought Orton to another level. Number 3, 2008. Finally, a list with Bam Neely on it. 2008 had Kane as the ECW champion, Undertaker as the World Heavyweight Champion, and Triple H as the WWE Champion all at once. All respect to Chavo Guerrero here, we could see why he was near the opening of the pay-per-view. Then again, where else are you going to put Shawn Michaels vs. Batista and Matt Hardy vs. MVP? The 12 Diva Tag Team match was just there for the sweaty, overweight fans, but they need loving too. Now, this was hot off Mania, which saw Rush Cena return to the spotlight that would then relinquish the title after Mania in a fatal 4-way elimination match to Trips. The Mania follow-up had star power written all over it. Number 2, 1999. Man, this list is harder than I thought, and when in doubt, go to the OG. This one was the first and certainly stacked as far as undercards and historic talent goes. Mankind vs. Big Show, Triple H vs. X-Pac, The Brood vs. Mideon, and the Acolytes. This show had 12 matches including Sunday Night Heat to entertain the Providence Civic Center in Rhode Island. Also in my memory, I am trying to think of another time where we could see Ken Shamrock and The Undertaker square off. Oh, and the main event was a grudge match between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. These are the reasons why we are fans today, and you cannot take anything away from these guys. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Al Snow had head? Number 1, 2002. On paper, you may think that all the prior listings were enough to merit the top spot. And yes, the curtain jerker to the main event was Chuck and Billy vs. Maven and Al Snow, no pun intended. But let's do the deep dive into this. Scott Hall beat Bradshaw here, which in itself is a match that makes us wonder. The Japanese Buzzsaw faced Super Freak Billy Kidman for the Cruiserweight title, and Undertaker defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a 27-minute amazing match. Is that enough to show appeal? How about this? Eddie Guerrero vs. RVD and Kurt Angle vs. Edge. What about the pay-per-view debut of the next big thing? How awesome is that sounding? Oh, and the main event? A little guy by the name of Hulk Hogan defeating Triple H for the undisputed WWF Championship. I guarantee you that anyone listening to me wants to watch that right now. That's how you book it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting this list was looking like a breeze to go through. However, this was hard to say the least. We look at these after Mania events as throwaways with nothing of significance occurring, but in retrospect, these pay-per-views disprove that theory heavily. Excuse me while I get my VHS going. This is Dale from WrestleBuddy signing off, and letting you know that we hope you like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for all other releases. Thanks for hanging out, and tune in next time.